If you're searching for a premium soft top that will give you versatility and great quality, this Best Top Super Top Square Back Soft Top in black twill will be one to check out for your 2018 or newer 4-door JL Wrangler. Now this is a complete soft top and comes with all of the fabric and all of the frame hardware, so if you're switching over from a hard top to a soft top, this is going to be a great option. Or if you're looking to replace both your fabric and your factory frame, this is going to be a great solution for a full swap. Now this is going to be flexible for the Jeep owner who's looking for a top that can transform into multiple configurations, yet keep that factory square back look, whether that's for vertical room in the cargo area for storage or just the overall look. Now this is also going to be one of the more premium fabrics, which I'll go into detail in just a second, but if you want to invest in a fabric that's going to last a bit longer than the average vinyl, this is going to be a great choice to do it with. Now this is going to have the look of a standard top, but is far from it with the versatile features, including the Sunrider feature up front that's going to give you very easy open air access and the ability to turn this into a safari style top, so you won't need to ever swap over to one if you like that style. Speaking of the Sunrider, right above the driver and passenger seats, there's also going to be large mesh pockets for additional storage for the front that's very easy to reach. The top's also incredibly easy to operate thanks to a zipperless window design and is going to have a cable assisted Sunrider, so you won't have to fight with the top to get it where you want it to be as far as which configuration you're choosing that day. Now I would like to mention that this is not going to be completely convertible like the factory top, but again, this is going to give you the option to run as bikini top and still give you that open air experience, giving you the best of both worlds. Now getting into the construction of this, like I said, this is going to have a premium twill material, which will be 30 ounces in weight, and is going to be triple layered for long lasting durability and to offer better insulation and noise dampening in comparison to some other lighter weight fabrics. It's also going to have that super deep black look to it if you notice, which gives off that luxury vibe while also resisting any wrinkling or fading from the sun, keeping it again looking brand new for years to come. Now the frame system that supports this, as well as the door surrounds, are going to be made of a steel and ABS plastic material, being very strong and providing a really good structure for the top, and it's going to come with absolutely everything that you need in order to get this onto your Wrangler, whether you have a soft top or if you have a hard top starting out. When it comes to prices, it's more of a premium option and is going to come in at roughly $1,800. Now keep in mind that this is going to be thicker twill, so this is going to be the best of the best when it comes to fabric, as where some other less expensive choices may not come with those features as far as the fabric and even the functionality is concerned. Now even some Best Top options with these functions, like the zipperless windows, will usually come in a slant back, while this one has the one up if you're looking for additional storage space in the back when it comes to that squared off look. Now overall, I think if you're looking for a premium top, you're willing to invest a couple more dollars into the fabric and the functions, as well as the versatility of the top, then this is going to be a great option to choose. When it comes to install, this will be a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you about 3 hours to get the job done with some pretty basic hand tools. What I will say about fabric is that it's a lot easier to install if it is warmer and has the ability to stretch, so I would recommend sitting this outside in the sun in 70+ degree weather for about an hour before you install it. It's going to make the job a whole lot easier. However, at this point, we can head over to the shop and check out a detailed breakdown on how to get this onto your JL at home. So that's going to wrap it up for me. Let's go ahead and get into it.
For this install, you will need a ratchet, 8 and 13 millimeter wrenches, 8 millimeter socket, T8, 30, 40, and 45 millimeter Torx bits, 4 and 5 millimeter Allen head sockets, Phillips and flathead screwdrivers, and 3 and 4 millimeter Allen wrenches. What's up guys, today we're going to be installing a new soft top on our Wrangler, so let's get started. So to start things off, we're going to have to assemble a few things off the vehicle, starting with our upper and lower rear door rails. So to do that, we're going to grab our threaded U-clips here. We're going to install those right here into our upper portion. And then we're going to take our lower portion, slide that into place. And it has a locator dowel here. Make sure they line up. Then we're going to grab our 2 4 millimeter flanged Allen head bolts. We'll get those started by hand here. And once we have those started, we're gonna go ahead and grab our 4mm Allen socket on our ratchet and go ahead and tighten these down. And then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. So now we're going to go ahead and install our upper and lower grill inserts for our door rails. So our upper one kind of just looks like this, and it's going to go into this upper slot here. And for our lower one, there is a right and a left. And when you insert it into the back side, you want your B to be facing backwards so that when you look out front, it's going to be facing forwards. And then to get these tightened down, we're going to use 5 of our T8 Torx screws on each grill insert. So we'll grab our T8 Torx bit here on our ratchet and go ahead and get these run in. Now these are very small screws going into plastic, so there's no need to go crazy with your tightening. So we'll just get them started here. Get a few threads in. And we'll go ahead and do the same thing for all of these. Just run that down, not all the way tight, so our plate can still move if we need it to. We're just going to work our way around it. And again, this is very small hardware, so try not to drop it or let it roll anywhere where you can't find it. Now that we have all 5 of these in, we'll go ahead and tighten them down fully. Then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for our lower insert. Now that we have all those in, we'll go ahead and tighten them down. And once you have this done for this one, you can go ahead and repeat these same steps for your other side. So next we can go ahead and attach our bow brackets to our door rails here. And we're going to grab the correct one for the orientation. Notice that it has this little S-curve with an ear. That's going to drop into our mounting point there. And we're going to grab 3 of our 4mm Allen bolts. Go ahead and get those into place. Then we can go ahead and tighten those down with our 4mm Allen socket on our ratchet. And once you have that done, you can go ahead and repeat this process for the other side. Now we're ready to install our door rails onto our Jeep. So you'll notice right here behind our door panel stripping here, there is a small hole for an opening, and you have a dowel on the bottom of your door rail here. So we're gonna line that up, get that set into place, and then our mounting points are gonna line up with these recesses with the open holes along our roll bar here. So now we've got everything lined up onto our roll bar, and these are gonna come forward onto our openings and be our bottom mounting point. And we're gonna grab our long T40 Torx head bolts with a washer already on it. Go ahead and slide that up through. Get that threaded into our top mounting point here. It's maybe a little bit tricky. You should be able to start it just like that once it gets through. We'll do the same thing for our forward mounting point here. Get both of those started. So now we can go ahead and install our lower mounting bolt, which is a shorter T40 Torx bolt, along with a flat washer. That's going to go right in here at the base into the open threaded hole on our body. And once we get those in place, we can go ahead and tighten these down using our T40 Torx bit on our ratchet. And then we'll tighten our upper two. We'll go ahead and use our T40 Torx bit again on our ratchet and tighten down these upper two. We'll get our forward one. And once you have these tight, we can go ahead and repeat the same process for the other side. So now we can get ready to install our bow brackets. And to do that, we're going to remove these middle panels here from the rear of our roll bar. And we're just going to go ahead and pop that right off. Maybe a little stubborn, but it should come out. Then we're going to go ahead and grab our bow brackets here. Insert them like this. Then we're going to install 2 of our T40 Torx head bolts and flat washers. And you want your arch of your triangle at the top of your bracket here to face over the roll bar and towards the back of the vehicle. Then we'll go ahead and grab our T40 Torx bit on our ratchet and tighten these down. And then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. So now we can install our tailgate belt retainers onto the rear of our vehicle. And we're going to get that in place here. Then we're going to mount it using our T45 Torx head combo bolt here. That's going to thread right into our threaded insert on our body. And we can use our T45 Torx bit on our ratchet to go ahead and tighten this down. And once we have it in place on this side, we'll go ahead and repeat this process on the other side. So now it's time to go ahead and mount our number 5 bow mount to the rear of our door rails here. And to know which one that is, it has these 2 ears on it with the holes, as well as a 90-degree and 2 bolt holes at the bottom on each side. So we'll go ahead and get this in place on our bow mounts on our door rail. Then we're going to grab 2 of our 5mm Allen head bolts. Put those through the top side here. And once we have those through, we'll go ahead and grab a flat washer, along with our 13mm lock nut here. Get that in place. Get one in the bottom side as well. And then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. Now we'll go ahead and tighten down our hardware using our 13mm wrench and our 5mm Allen socket on our ratchet. Then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. So next we're going to get our number 4 bow mount in place, and that's going to be on the next bracket up from your number 5 bow mount. We'll set that in, and that's also going to go on the threaded inserts of the door rail that we installed before. So we'll grab our 4mm Allen head bolts along with flat washers. That'll be 2 for each side. We'll get these threaded in, the forward and the rear bolt holes. So we'll go ahead and grab our 4mm Allen wrench to go ahead and tighten these down. It's also very convenient to have a ball end Allen wrench for these, just to kind of get that little bit of angle that is nice. We'll go ahead and tighten these down. Once you have these tight, you can go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. So now we're going to go ahead and install our number 2 bow pivot brackets. And for that, we're going to grab 2 of our plastic bushings here. And those are going to go on each side of our inner bracket part here. Then we're going to grab our 3mm Allen head bolt, followed by a flat washer, while holding our plastic bushings in place. We're going to grab our pivot bracket, go ahead and get that bolt into our plastic bushings. Then we're going to go on with another flat washer here on the other side, followed by our 8mm lock nut. And once we get that threaded on, we'll grab our 3mm Allen wrench and our 8mm socket on our ratchet. We'll go ahead and get this tightened down. Then once we have it tight on this side, we'll go ahead and repeat the same process for our other side. So now we're going to get our number 2 and number 3 bow mounts in place, and that's going to go on the forward mounting position of our rear door rail that we already installed. So we're going to get our number 2 in position here. We'll pivot it all the way down, and that's going to sit on the bottom. We'll do the same thing for the other side so it sits evenly. And then we're going to take our number 3 bow. That's going to go over top. Then we're going to grab for each side 2 of our 4mm Allen head bolts and flat washers. We'll get them both installed on this side. Get our threads started. Then we'll get them started on the other side, and then we'll come back and tighten them down. Now we'll grab our 4mm Allen socket on our ratchet and tighten these down. And we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. So now we're going to go ahead and get our front door rails in place, and they're going to slot into the rear door rails like so. And then they're just going to slip into our weather stripping up here and then line up with our 2 openings just as our rear door rail did. They should snap down into place. And as before, we'll grab our T40 Torx head combo bolts. We're going to run that up through to our top mount. We'll make sure it's sitting properly. We'll go ahead and get our front one threaded in. And we'll grab our T40 Torx bit and we'll go ahead and tighten these down. Make sure everything lines up best it can. Tighten our rear one down as well. And we'll go ahead and repeat these same steps on the other side. So now we're going to get our other side bow mounts onto the arms that are actually attached to the front of our top itself. It's easier to do it on the floor here than it is to try to get it on the table. So we're going to go ahead and grab 2 more of our plastic bushings as we did before. Grab our 3mm Allen head bolt and flat washer. Get that into our side bow mount here. Go ahead and get that through our plastic bushings. Then we'll install another flat washer followed by another 8mm lock nut. Get our lock nut in place here. And once we have that on, we'll go ahead and again grab our 8mm socket and our 3mm Allen wrench and go ahead and tighten this down. Maybe a little tough with the socket, we may have to switch out with a wrench. We'll grab our 8mm wrench now. Finish tightening this up. And once we have it complete on this side, we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. So now we'll go ahead and grab our extension brackets for our bow arms on our top. And we're going to go ahead and insert 2 more of our plastic bushings here. It's going to go into this hole right here on our bow arm itself. And we're going to grab another one of our 3mm Allen head bolts and flat washers. We'll go ahead and run that through. And we'll grab another flat washer, followed by another 8mm lock nut. And For this, we'll go ahead and use our 8mm socket and our 3mm Allen wrench. We'll go ahead and tighten these down. And once we have it done on this side, we'll go ahead and repeat the same process for the other side. So now we've got our top flipped upside down with the inside facing up, and we've got some stuff underneath it to protect it so it doesn't get too dirty. And we're gonna take our number 6 bow to the rear of our top. We're gonna find this strip with the plastic retainer strip, and we're gonna line up our screw holes. Try to get our fabric flapped over here. Get our plastic retainer up into position. Then we're gonna go ahead and mount it with our Phillips head screws and our screwdriver. And a little tip, it always helps to start with the center screw hole as opposed to any of the outer ones. So we'll go ahead and get this lined up. And we're gonna go ahead and get our Phillips head screws started through the fabric and through the plastic retainer. So we have a point where we can line it up with our mounting hole on our bow. We'll hold that in place, get our Phillips head screwdriver, and go ahead and screw this in. This will be a little bit tough at first. Try not to strip your screw head. Just keep working it in. And then we'll go ahead and start working out for our other screws. And we'll get our screw worked through fabric and plastic retainer. We can get the point of our screw lined up. Now we've gone ahead and got a little bit wider head screwdriver just to make things easier. We're going to keep working our way back and forth down the line so we get them all in. Now we're going to go ahead and install our supplied rubber grommets on the inside hole of our brackets for our number 6 bow. And we'll just work them into place. And you want to make sure it's seated properly on the inside and the outside. And then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. Next, we're going to grab our tension cable along with our binding barrel. Go ahead and get that through our bracket here on our number 6 bow, and then we'll grab our flathead screw. Go ahead and get that into place. Run that down. We'll grab our flathead screwdriver. And we'll go ahead, tighten this up. Now this is supposed to float freely, as it shouldn't be binding or anything like that. And once your flathead is tightened into your binding barrel, it will go ahead and lock it down. Now we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. So now we've gone ahead and grabbed ourselves a second set of hands, because this is going to make life a lot easier. And we're going to set the front of the top in position and have the rest of the top laid over the hood for now, so we can work front to back and get everything mounted where we need to. Mindful of your antenna. Go ahead and get this flipped over. And for now, we're just going to loosely set it into position. So now we can go ahead and get our number 2 bow bracket attached to our door rail here. So we're going to grab 2 more of our 4mm Allen head bolts along with flat washers. Go ahead, get this into position. Get these threaded in. And we'll go ahead and get the other ones threaded in, and we'll come back and tighten these down. Now we'll go ahead and grab our 4mm Allen wrench and tighten these down. Then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. So now we can go ahead and attach our number 2 and number 3 bow brackets together. And we're going to grab 2 more of our plastic bushings, go through the bracket for our number 2 bow, and we're going to grab a 3mm Allen head bolt with another flat washer. And we'll get through this first just to hold the bushings in place. And we're going to work this down
to our mounting tab hole for our number 3 bow. This can be a little bit tricky, and you may find that you need to move one forward or one back. If you need to do so, go ahead and do that now to line up your bolts. So now we've made our small adjustments and got our bolt to go through. So we'll go ahead and add a flat washer onto the backside, followed by another 8mm lock nut. And then we'll go ahead and get the other one in place, and then we'll come back and tighten them both down. Now we can go ahead and grab our 3mm Allen wrench and 8mm socket on our ratchet and go ahead and tighten these down. Then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. So now it's time to install our bow supports to our number 5 bow. So we're gonna grab our offsetted bows and have the offsets facing the inside of the vehicle. We're gonna put it into position on this opening here. We're going to install our provided pivot knuckle bolts with our T30 Torx heads. Now once we have that threaded in, we'll go ahead and tighten it down using our T30 Torx bit on our ratchet. Make sure it doesn't bind up, still has room to move. And then we'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So now we're going to pull our top back to the rear of our vehicle. Yes, it does have Velcro, so it may get caught up on that. I'm going to drape it all the way over. Kind of try to pull as much tension out of it as possible. And we're just going to let it rest back here for now. So now that we have our fabric laid all the way over, we're going to move our top into the Sunrider position. So go ahead and move the front to its rear resting position like so. And then we can work on the back part of our top. So we're gonna go ahead and attach our flaps here to our number 5 bow, and we're gonna use more of our Phillips head screws to do so. And so we'll get them in position and get them started through the fabric again like we did on the rear section. And then we'll line up to our pre-drilled holes. Now we're not going to fully tighten our first one down until we get our second one in, just so we have room to move around. We don't tear any of our fabric. So we'll get our second one in place here. Again, we'll get it started through the fabric. And we got our second one lined up here. We'll go ahead and get that going into our bow. And tighten down, we'll come back and fully tighten down our first one. And then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. Next, we can go ahead and install our rear bow support brackets onto our roll bar brackets. It's a little odd to get them into place. Go ahead and get them in, and we'll put 2 more of our pivot knuckles in. Now we're going to go ahead and get our rear bow support braces onto our rear brackets here, and we're going to use 2 more of our pivot knuckles. Go ahead, get our first one threaded in, and then we'll do the same with the other side, and then we'll come back and tighten them down. Now we can go ahead and grab our T30 Torx bit on our ratchet and go ahead and tighten these down. And we'll do the same thing for the other side. Now we'll go ahead and get our upper rear brackets installed. Go ahead and get those lined up. And then we'll grab 2 more of our T30 pivot knuckles. Go ahead and get those into place. And then we'll do the same thing for the other side, and we'll come back and tighten them down. Now we'll go ahead and tighten them down, again using our T30 Torx bit on our ratchet. And we'll do the same thing for the other side. So now it's time to attach our fabric straps to our rear brackets here. So again, we've got our Phillips head sheet metal screws in place. It is kind of difficult. Once you stretch it down into place, you can go ahead and get these going into the screw holes on your rear brackets here. And again, we're not going to fully tighten that one until we get this one on. Go ahead and get this started. These do come with small holes, so you know as a reference point of where to begin. And we're going to have to work our fabric from both sides here. stretch it into place. Be careful you don't rip your fabric. Once you have it at the screw hole, go ahead and work it in. So your threads start to catch. It may take you a couple tries. Just be patient with it. So we'll go ahead and get these tightened down. Then we'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other side.
So now that we have everything secure in the back, we can go ahead and put our front of our top into the forward rest position. So we'll go ahead and fold that forward. And then we're gonna lock the hinges down. You may have to work from the middle to do this. So we'll go ahead and hop in the car and get this situated. So there is a grab handle here in the middle. We'll go ahead and pull down on that. Get our latches in position. Get that one, and we'll do the same thing for the other side. So now that we have our top in its resting forward position, we can come to our crossbars here. We're gonna wrap our fabric covers around them, just Velcro. We'll start in the middle here, work our way out to the sides. We're going to do the same exact thing for all of our crossbars as they are the same wrap fabric. So now we can go ahead and get our side windows installed, and we're going to find our plastic strip here. We're going to locate our C channel on our window. Go ahead and get that into place. It's just going to slide through like so. And once you get close to being at the end of that, you can start checking for your front slot here. And we're gonna go ahead and grab our front channel, and that's gonna go into the slot on our door rail. And we're gonna go ahead and grab our front channel, get that slotted into our door rail. So get the bottom in first. And we're gonna have to pull down slightly to get the top to go in. Then we can go ahead and pull back on our window to set some tension on it. It should fully seat as you pull back. So now that we have our front slot in, we can go ahead and get our bottom slot into our belt rail here. I'm gonna just kind of push down and get our plastic stripping into the slots here. Now, again, this is better to do on a hot sunny day. You can have these windows sitting outside for a while. It'll kind of soften them up. So we'll get that fully seated. Then we can move on to our rear section. Now we're on to our rear mounting section. Now this is the tricky part because we do have to get this dowel into this grommet. And out of the box, brand new, again, these are pretty stiff. Kind of hard to work with. So again, if you have the chance to do this on a sunny day, let these sit outside for a good while and soften up before you get to this part. We'll get our bottom button clipped in first, just to help hold it. So now that we've got our dowel and our grommet and our top section is in place, we'll go ahead and get our strap button in to the bottom. And then we'll go ahead and repeat the same process for the other side. So now we're ready to get our rear window and tailgate bar ready. So to start, we're gonna grab our rear window and we're gonna guide the lower channel into the tailgate bar. Slide in pretty easily. Make sure it lines up at both ends. Then we can get ready to go onto the vehicle with all of this. Now we can go ahead and guide our upper channel of our rear window across the back of our top here. Make sure you don't have any kinks. It should go pretty smoothly. Get that centered up here. And then we'll go ahead and get our tailgate bar into place. And your tailgate bar is going to be secured right here on these little clips. Go ahead, make sure they're both lined up. I'm gonna push them in until you hear that snap. Make sure they're both in place. Then we can finish our rear window installation. Now we're gonna start with our small section of bottom channel here and get that in just to help us kind of secure the bottom portion of it. Then we'll move our window over and get our slots in place. Now the first one's not gonna be so bad. Just when you go to tension the other side that you're gonna have to use a little force. So now we got our first side in, we'll do the same thing on the other side. So now our next step, once we have our rear window in, is to go ahead and pull our fabric down on our top. And we can get our Velcro in place along the sides of the windows. Make sure it's secure all the way down. Then we'll go ahead and repeat the same process for the other side. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our best top, super top, square back, soft top in black twill finish for your 18 to current Jeep Wrangler JL 4-door. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Wrangler, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.